There's one tactic used in all abusive and manipulative relationships that isn't talked about enough. But when you finally understand it, it's so powerful, you're going to see it everywhere. And that is DARVO. The term stands for deny, attack, reverse, victim offender. And it describes a common response used by abusers when they are confronted with their behavior. By understanding DARVO, you'll be better equipped to recognize it when it's happening and to protect yourself from its effects. Before we continue, make sure you hit like and subscribe so you can receive notifications when I release new content. So let's start with what DARVO actually means. DARVO is an acronym that represents the sequence abusers often follow when someone challenges their behavior. Here's the breakdown. Deny. The abuser first denies any wrongdoing. Attack. Next, they go on the offensive, attacking the person who confronted them. Reverse, victim, and offender. Finally, they flip the script, portraying themselves as a victim and the real victim as the offender. So this tactic is used to confuse, guilt trip, and intimidate the other person into silence, ultimately making them question their reality. Let's go through an example of how DARVO might actually play out in a real-life situation. So imagine you confront your partner about something they did. Let's say they made a harsh, belittling comment. So you express how you feel. Instead of apologizing and addressing your concern, they will deny having said anything hurtful, saying something like, "I would never have said anything like that to you." Next, they attack you by questioning your sensitivity. "Why do you always overreact to everything? You are way too sensitive." And then finally, they reverse the roles, framing themselves as a victim of your confrontation. "I can't believe you would accuse me of something so cruel. I would never hurt you like that." Suddenly, you're on the defensive, questioning your feelings and wondering if you actually are overreacting. This is the cycle of DARVO in action. Let's break down the elements and dig deeper into each part of DARVO. When an abuser denies their behavior, this is a form of gaslighting. It makes the victim question their own perception, planting doubt in their memory or their interpretation of events. By going on the offensive, the abuser shifts the focus away from their actions and onto your reaction. This deflects responsibility and makes you feel like you're the one causing the problem. And in the final phase, the abuser portrays themselves as the one being wronged. This reversal confuses you and makes you feel like you somehow overstepped, leaving you less likely to stand up for yourself in the future. So why do abusers use DARVO? At its core, DARVO is about avoiding accountability. By denying, attacking, and reversing the roles, they avoid taking responsibility for their actions. DARVO also serves to shift the power dynamics, keeping the victim emotionally disoriented and dependent. When you start to feel responsible for your abuser's emotions or reactions, it creates a cycle of control and manipulation that is really difficult to break free from. DARVO can show up in any kind of relationship, romantic, family, friends, or even in a workplace. Here's a few scenarios to be aware of. In romantic relationships, DARVO typically shows up when one person is trying to address a pattern of emotional abuse, only to be told that they're too sensitive or controlling for wanting to talk about it. With family members, DARVO can show up when a child confronts their parent about their abusive behavior. The parent might deny the actions, attack the child's character, claim to be a victim of disrespect and ingratitude. And in work environments, DARVO can appear when somebody tries to hold a colleague or a supervisor accountable for their behavior. They're met with denial, accusations of incompetence, and claims that they are being treated unfairly. Now let's talk about some of the ways you can protect yourself from DARVO, because recognizing it when it happens is the first step. Number one, stay grounded in the facts. Remind yourself of what happened and how it made you feel. Write it down if necessary so you have a record of it and you can go back to it when they try to gaslight or manipulate you. Number two, set boundaries. If someone is using DARVO, set firm boundaries. And remember, you have a right to end a conversation if it's becoming manipulative or abusive. Number three, do not engage in defensiveness. DARVO's tactics often aim to make you defensive. Resist the urge to explain or to defend yourself, and instead stand by your feelings and observations. And number four, seek support. Talking to a trusted friend or a counselor or a support group can help validate your experiences and counter the confusion that DARVO can create. DARVO is about manipulation, not truth. Abusers use it to protect their self-image, not because they've been wronged. Trust yourself and what you know is real. Understanding DARVO can be incredibly helpful in your healing process because recognizing manipulative tactics like DARVO can help you break free from the abuse cycle. When you see DARVO for what it is, you gain more control over your emotional responses, which can help you reclaim your boundaries and begin to heal. Thank you for watching, and if you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on understanding and healing from manipulation and abuse. Remember, DARVO is a tactic that is meant to confuse and control, but knowledge is power. The more you understand these tactics, the stronger you become in setting boundaries and protecting your peace. Stay empowered and stay grounded, and remember, you have the right to your truth. I'll see you in the next video.